There's danger lurking inside your AI system. It's not something you'd even expect. It's innocuous. It's simple. It's a Markdown file. How can a Markdown file cause any problems whatsoever? I'll tell you how. So, Markdown is basically the language of AI. You got your skills, you got your Agentic, you got your Claude.md, you got prompt.md. It creates Markdown files for you. It reads Markdown files. It creates handoff documents that are in Markdown. It basically eats, breathes, and shits Markdown. So the problem here is if your Markdown is incorrect, badly formatted, or, just bad, then the AI could read your Markdown incorrectly. It might misinterpret some nuance of what you were trying to get across in your documents, and then you get the wrong output from the AI, which then you have no idea. There's a million freaking Markdown files. You don't know which one caused the problem, or even did that problem even come there? You don't know. So you need a tool to know that all the Markdown files that you're using for your AI are correct. So, does this tool exist? Oh yes. Let's stick around and I will show you how to figure out those problems with your Markdowns. But first, go down, deep down, into the description and find yourself a link to the free guide. Free! Top 5 test automation best practices. It is a free guide and it kind of sums up my 25 years of QA experience into 5 easy things you can put into play at your job today. If you're a QA engineer or a dev trying to implement some quality into your pipelines, go ahead and grab that. It's free right down there below. Grab it. All right, so before I really go too much further, I don't even know, will this even catch anything? Maybe all the generated stuff from Claude created perfect Markdown files. We'll see in this video. Are they perfect, what was generated by Claude, or not? Let's dig in. All right, so to kind of reframe what I was talking about at the beginning of this episode with a little less theatrics, it's basically Markdown is your new code. That's what AI uses, so it is code and should be treated as code. And most code, they have linters. Almost every programming language you go to, there are linters to spot problems with the code. And there is a linter for Markdown files. It wasn't made to be specifically for AI, so this isn't the tool that's going to find everything for you, but it's just one part of your quality tool set. One of the tools you should have in your belt, things that you should put into pipelines, something you can take to your job today, run it, and start finding issues that are in the skill files, agent files, and whatnot that is running your business. The tool is called Markdown lint -CLI2. I don't understand the history of why it has a -CLI2. Looks like there was a Markdown lint, then it became Markdown lint -CLI, and now it's Markdown lint -CLI2. All right, I've used it, and despite the weird naming, it found a few issues in our company's shared skill files. And I opened up a few bugs around them. I ran it against my own stuff, and it found issues, and I was able to fix them. Do I know for sure that it actually cleaned up anything in how my AI renders things? No, I do not know that, and I cannot tell you that for sure. But it is my guess that if things aren't formatted correctly in your Markdown files, there's a possibility the AI could misread something. I don't want that possibility in my tool set at all. I would like to eliminate that as any factor in making my AI go crazy, because as we all know, playing with AI, the slightest thing can make it hallucinate. So let's just get rid of that and run these Markdown files. So let's get into it. Let's install Markdown lint and see what we find. I'm going to run it against my Claude code skills, and I don't know what's going to happen. So we'll see. Maybe it finds nothing? Or will it find something? Let's see. So, yeah, I'm going to share my screen here and let's figure this out. All right, so I created a folder here. This isn't the program. This is just the folder called Markdown lint. Should probably rename it something a little less confusing. But if you look right here, this is the GitHub for Markdown lint. And yeah, David Anson. Thank you, David Anson, for making this awesome tool. And if you look down here, it gives you all the install instructions. So I'm just going to install this globally. Why not? I'm going to use it across multiple projects. I usually install tools with this save dev option for individual projects to make sure it's there. But for this demo, I'm just going to use global. But for you at work, if you have a particular project, you should install this with your project using save dev into your package.json. But I'm just going to copy this one now and cool, there we go. Markdown lint-cli2. Let's see what we get here. Cool, and it is installed. And I think all we have to do is really point it at whatever files we want. So let's see, what is the usage right here? Markdown lint and your globs. So that's it. Oh, here's the important one. --fix. Yes, that's if you want to fix the issues. But I think first thing we want to do is go through and just see what the issues are. So I am going to copy this bad boy, and I am going to see about the skill files that I have for my Claude code. All right, so Markdown lint-cli2, and where is it? It is under Claude. All right, I'm just going to run it against the skills. So I'm just going to point it at this directory, and fingers crossed it works and finds something. We'll see. It found a whole bunch of stuff. Wow. 186. How many issues did it find? Wow. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Oh man. Okay, so it found quite a few issues. I don't think a lot of these are really serious issues, like line length. Who gives a shit? Blanks, maybe. That stuff I might care about, because white space could be interpreted. I don't know if, but, oh, these are straight up errors. So errors are bad and should definitely be fixed versus other things that are warnings. Oh, wow. Okay. So it found stuff. Are all of these legit? Are all of these going to ruin your AI agent? Probably not. But if you know you can fix them, why leave them? Oh, this is... So let's see. Maybe that fix. Let's look at the help here and see what that --fix does. All right. So --fix right here resolves fixable issues. And what's this format? Oh, okay. It tries to fix things. All right, so let's see what --fix does. And let's go up in our history here. Here we go, and --fix. Did anything happen? I don't think. Maybe I need to put it first. Claude skills, --fix. Did it do anything? I didn't see it do anything. Did you see it do anything? Still looks the same amount of stuff. Oh my gosh. Is it working? I want to pick one file. Let's pick up this web app testing file. Skills, web app testing skill.md. Finding, linting, summary, 2 errors, and --fix is not doing anything. All right. Let me see how this works. I swear this did some automatic fixing when I played with it at work. I need to dig in here. I'm going to go look at GitHub here. Same command line I just looked at. Blob expressions. Well, that doc didn't tell me anything. So this --fix should have done the trick. So I think these 2 issues, let's see, what are they? These, summary, expected 80 line length. So it can't automatically fix line length errors. Let's get into the skill. I'm going to do a good old mvim here, and we'll hit up right here. Let's see, need to split the screen here. That was lines 19 and lines 23. Line length on line 81. Launch nvim in a different window here. Nvim. Okay, let's see, it was on line 18. Well, line 18 is a blank line. I do not know what it was talking about. Do I have web app testing? I do have web app testing. Skill ND, 1981, 23, expected 80, actual 186. 186, so there is a really long line here? Trying to see if I can find any giant line like that. I am not seeing this line. So 18 is right here. That is line 18. What is 23? And that's that. That's the back ticks. And what is it? Like the fenced code language. Code blocks should have a language specified. What language should this be? I don't know what it is. I think YAML. I'll just say it's YAML. It's not YAML. It's just a diagram. So I don't know what this is. So I don't think that's a serious error. I don't think, actually, I wonder if that actually, oh, we're down to one error. I guess that fixed that. Now this is on line, it says 19 now. Oh, here we go. It's this line right here. This is all one big line. So we need to, all right, so I see this is, this is where these stars are indicating some bolded stuff here. So I'm just going to break up these bolded and wait for that to ensure. All right, wrote that. 0. So there are actually quite a few issues here in all of this stuff here. Are they all worth fixing? Probably not. But they could be. Like if the programming language is important for these, you might want to do that. Super giant strings might not be cool. I don't know if the line length, so table column style. Okay, so maybe the tables being misformatted could be something. I don't know. I think all of these are really minor issues, but it is Markdown. Everything is basically a minor issue in Markdown. It's all formatting. So when things are formatted incorrectly, it's bad. I would want to fix all of these. As a developer, would I consider this a high priority level of bugs to fix? Probably not. I'm kind of disappointed the dash fix didn't do a little bit more intelligent fixing. But here's what you can do is feed it back into Claude and let Claude fix itself. So I'm wondering, would that be possible? Can we get Claude to fix itself now that we see all these Markdown errors? I don't want to do it by hand. You just saw me trying to do it for 2 lines. That sucked. I'm in the new age of letting Claude do everything for me. So let's finish this off and let's see if Claude can just fix these for us. All right, let me launch Claude in here. Okay, run Markdown lint-cli2 against .claude skills and fix all the issues you see. Sure. This will probably take a moment. All right, here it is. It finished. Let's see what happened. 695 errors. Most of them are line length errors. So table, column style, fenced code language, and no duplicate heading. Huh. All right. So 548 of these are line length errors. And these DIRs are vendored from external sources. So we can't really fix these if they're external. They're not really ours. We can fix them if we want, but if we resync them, I don't know. I wouldn't mess with the ones that were already built for us, but the ones that we're building for ourselves, for sure, I would definitely look into that. Let's see, all of them is a big mechanical churn that will diverge them from upstream. Yeah, so we don't want to fix all of these. All right, so it's saying here, and this is something every developer always does. It always kind of pisses me off. let's disable things immediately. So, but, you know, in this instance, I'm going to have to agree with Claude Code that we just don't care about these weird. So wait, I don't know which one is the MD013, MD060. Which ones are which? I'm assuming it's just some of those line length and whatnot errors. But these are real. And actually, Claude flagged these types of issues, these 48 errors, as real, and we should fix them. Substantive ones. So, and then the other option here, mechanically fix all 695, including reflowing every long prose line to less than or equal to 80 characters across all 22 files. I'm going to go with number 1. Let's see what happens. I'm going to take its recommendation not to give a shit about long lines. So even though I'm going to skip right now, I'm going to skip over it fixing long lines. The important thing about long lines of text is it makes it hard to code review things. So if you are code reviewing Markdown files, seeing giant whatnots, it makes diffing files really hard, because usually your diffs are on side by side like this on this little screen. So when you have stuff that's like flying off the screen, it just makes everything look like a jumbled mess, and it's hard to visually see what changed in a file. So I would argue it depends. If you're having these Markdown files and no one's looking at them, fine. You don't need to fix the line length errors. But if you're doing code reviews which do include these skills, I would say it might be a problem. If you work on a team, and that line length is an issue for code reviews. So let me go back, and but for this demo, I'm going to go back. I'm going to ignore the line length for now. Okay, so temporarily, let's just do number 1. Go for it. All right, woo! Here it is. We got clean, 0 errors across all 22 skill files. He did a bunch of stuff, or she did a bunch of stuff. I don't know, is Claude male, female, in between, neither, nor? How do you refer to Claude? All right, this is cool. It actually fixed quite a few error issues, language tags, H1s, and yeah, I think also the way these things are formatted is very important when formatting is part of how skills are written. So especially the sections that skills where the AI is expecting certain formats to exist, probably important to make sure it's done correctly. Duplicate subheadings. I don't know if that would really throw off Claude, but why take chances? And this is such an easy tool to run, and then you can have Claude fix itself really quick. There is no excuse not to have something like this in your pipeline, checking every skill, every agent file, every Claude. That's it. And yeah, you can get Claude to even fix itself. It's very easily fixable things. I found tons of stuff. I would argue the line length is also important. Yeah, and again, throughout this video, I said, I don't know if these fixes by themselves will really have a big impact on your AI, but it could. There's a classification of bugs called one-offs. And one-offs are basically when you just do things, it's just one little thing that's off. That one little thing ends up destroying your program, and it's hard to find. Things like, you know, you're one character off in a string, or you're like, do 393 instead of 394, or the size of your memory page just goes that one over, causing things to like overflow for some reason. Like you're at the, you know, you got an integer that's at its max value, and you add 1 to it. It's like, you know, everything goes crazy. That's what I think these types of things are. They're hidden things that if just that one bullet point or header file, who knows, that might affect the way Claude sees things. I doubt it. I think it's probably intelligent enough to figure things out, but why risk it when you have a tool here that can fix these things for you? This is the bread and butter of AI, Markdown files. Might as well lint them and fix them. That is my suggestion. and I'm going to stick by it. And I am putting this into, I want to figure out how to make this something that Claude always does. I wish I could just pop it right into the skill creator right now, but I'm going to keep using this for my work and my personal stuff. Let me know in the comments, are you going to do that as well? Is this a tool that you like? Do you know one that's better? Are you already using it? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. People have been leaving really cool comments, and I love replying back to everyone. Say something. I love it. And if you haven't already, go down to the description below this video. There is a link for the top 5 test automation best practices. Download it. It's free. 5 easy to use tips to start implementing good quality practices in your test automation today. And if you really like this video, there's this next video that's coming up pairs really well with it and gives you some more insights and depth. Now that you watch this one, this next one, going to raise your levels up 1, maybe 2, maybe just 1. I don't know. Happy testing, everyone. Thank you for watching today. Take care.